I love the idea of the 8 ball. I love the idea of the football. You got, it's all geared up for lads down the pub, few pints, bit of football, bit of pool, bit of winner stays on, a bit of banter. I just think this is a fantastic. Riley's done amazing here. I come here before Riley's had it, and it was all American 9 ball. And yeah, and it was still good. Don't get me wrong, but I just think 8 ball is such a better game. In fact, I've got an 8 ball table in my garage, and I love playing it. I prefer playing it to snooker, to be honest with you. It's so much more fun. It's so quick, and I definitely think Riley's have really got onto that. There's something here with the football, the pool, the darts. There's a real link there, and I think this is the place to be if you want to watch a World Cup. This is going to be amazing. I've just watched 3D football for the first time. It is unbelievable, and without the glasses, it's impossible. With the glasses, it's 50 times better than it is on normal TV. You can actually see the size of the players. Who's in front and who's behind. You actually feel like you're there. So. A bit mad in here watching like 200 or 300 people with these mad glasses on, like nutters, stuff, Back to the Future stuff, isn't it? Yeah, of course it is. I'd love to. There's nothing. I love playing. I hate playing bad. I hate playing below par. That is something that it's just not acceptable to me. Playing bads, you can do now and again, but if you're continuously not playing well, then it can drain you a bit, and you can become a bit hard work. So I need to find some fluency within my game, so the game comes a bit easier to me. It's not been coming easy for a while, and I just think I've got to the point where I was a bit fed up, to be honest with you. The last 2 years have been a hard 2 years. Last year I tried to manage it a bit better, so I had a bit more time away from snooker. I was still playing and competing and had a good season, but it was more important that I sort of stayed on an even keel and never had too many ups and downs. And so hopefully, like next year, I can continue and find a bit more fluency. And I'm still only 34, so I really don't have intentions of not playing, but I sometimes say things at the time and I'll question, why am I doing it? If I'm not enjoying it, I'm be a bit hard on myself, but my intentions are good. For the game, I think it's imperative that we have him on board. I think you'll see such a massive change in snooker. I think he's got such good contacts with the TV people. He's got fresh ideas. He's in touch with what the public want, which is important because snooker being a viewing sport now. I think it's important that we have someone that knows what the public really want to watch, and as you can see, he's done it with darts. He's turned that around, and I think he can do so much with snooker because it is such a loved sport. It's big in China, massive in this country, and I think working with Riley's and working with Barry, and it'll be very successful again. I definitely know that. So and for me, obviously, it'll be exciting again because I know that it will generate a lot of interest in snooker and make it exciting again. I think that's what snooker needs. It needs a new lease of life, someone in there to give it a bit of a buzz. And when I see that he had 2 9 darters, I just went, oh no, that geezer's not well. He's not well, mate, I'm telling you. I mean, to have 2 9 darters, to have 1 9 darters is kind of amazing, but to have 2 in one game, he's just I couldn't even speak about it, to be honest with you. And I mean, if he carries on like that, I mean, I've got no chance. But I mean, it's a good challenge. That's something like I need that. I mean, he's won 15 world titles, and I've only won 3. So I'm not going to compete in that section with him. He's just relentless. He's like a machine. But in the 147s and the 9 darters, I fancy if we have a cap it on 5 years. I reckon that I could give him a good go for his money. I'll give him a 5-year race to have, I'll have more maximums at the end of 5 years, and he's got 9 darters. So that's a challenge for Phil. I'm throwing it. The ball's back in your court, Phil. I'm up for it. It was great, putting it together wasn't an easy thing because it was a lot of planning involved, and it was a great feeling, especially for Joel who won it. He got the opportunities to speak in front of the press. There must have been about 40 media there. and I was nervous, you know, just sitting there. But for him, you know, he spoke really well. So it just shows that he's got that maturity. And I think for him, it was a day playing in front of TV cameras. He produced under pressure, and then to do the interviews, and then to see the way he handled and conducted himself. For me, that whole package was impressive, and he definitely has a future. And just by speaking to him afterwards, you know, he had that desire that I had. All he wanted to do was play snooker. He loves playing, and he was such a nice fella as well. I call him a fella because he was like a fella, you know. He's 14, like he was built like bigger than me, and you know, it was great, you know. And you'll definitely be seeing him in the future. I just hope that if we can keep on top of him, you know, like I say, you know, he's won the Future Stars, he's got the grant, but it's now about hopefully following up. I know he plays with Nigel Bond, and but it'd be nice to follow that up and try and I'd like to play him a few times, just see if I can pass on more of my time, you know, because I think you can. It's easy handing out money in bits and pieces, you know, and Riley's have given him that opportunity, but I think for him now it's about having the time with a top player. Like I had that when I was younger. I played with Ken Dockett and people like that, and it was the time that meant more to me. So I think it's important to follow up on that, and I think that's what I'll be doing with Riley's. And you know, Riley's could have their first world champion by the time he's 21, maybe. You know, when I spoke to Riley's, I said, you know, they asked me what I wanted to do. They didn't say, look, this is what we want to do. He said, well, we want to work with what you want to do. We'd rather you be passionate about something, because that's something that, you know, it'll be easier to work with you. So it was my idea to do something with the kids. I wanted to kind of see what was out there, and so you know, Riley's have now kind of have got their head around and of maybe kind of having this as an ongoing basis, maybe for the next 3 years minimum. And but I definitely think there's some longevity in this, because, you know, just the youngsters and that, they're so grateful for the opportunities, if you like. And I think with Riley's, with all the snooker clubs that they have, to have that kind of enthusiasm, it just links so well together. They have, they're all good players, don't get me wrong. Whether they've got what it takes to win a World Cup, that's debatable. They haven't done it for a long time, and I think sometimes you've got to look at the usual suspects: Brazil, Argentina, Italy, you know. But I definitely think England have, with Rooney and a couple of other players there, they've definitely got some star quality players. But whether they can do it for a month, match in, match out, whether they can do it at the final stages, you know, they're all right getting to the quarters and the semis, but you're only halfway through the tournament when you get to the semis. It's about doing it when it matters, and that's in the semis and the final. So, but I'm sure that they're up for it. Spain. I'd like to see Argentina though. They've got some great players. They've got Tevez, Messi, Milito up front. Oh, that's going to be a fearsome little strike force. I think USA really. But I think USA and England will get through their group, and I just think maybe USA might be able to cause a few. They're so positive, isn't it? It's positive mental attitudes. We've got to go out there to win the game. Arsenal. I will be watching the matches. I'm gonna be watching on my little barge boat that I've just purchased, and I actually bought it just for the World Cup, because I thought I've got all this summer, but now I've been here, I'm thinking I've got to find a local Riley's, especially if it's kitted out like this one. So probably going to be bouncing between the two, but Riley's looks good, especially with a pool table. Get a bit of practicing during the matches. It's boring if you watch it on your own. Who wants to watch football on your own?